All right, it's Wednesday night. This is Vail Johnson for Nashville Jazz Workshop. It's the Jazz at Home thing, because that's what we're doing now. That's what we are doing. All right, get the song up. Okay. So, for you newcomers, my name is Vail Johnson. All the sounds you hear, with the exception of my voice, will be made from this or my other red Kubicki X Factor bass guitar. I've got my loops set up, and that's what we're going to do. So I was thinking about this before we started, and I was thinking, people always ask, well, what is jazz? How do you define it? And it's impossible to define. It's one of those things like you can say, well, you know it when you hear it. But for me, and I know that there's a lot of evidence that jazz and blues both evolved at the same time, but I'm more of the camp that blues influenced jazz greatly. And so if we were to start with some old blues and see how you can morph into a jazz thing. So what if you started out with something like this, Kind of an old Delta blues jam. And then for the jazz thing, how you could turn this, I love how you can change the style of a song and turn it into something else. All right. So we're getting this thing started right. It's so strange to be entertaining camera. It's the weirdest thing ever. And I'm sitting here looking at it. If somebody sends something in the comment section, let me know it's all working. It's the craziest thing. And I'm going to get on to some jazz here with some Herbie Hancock. Keep it coming. All right. So in the mid-'90s, I had the pleasure of touring with Herbie Hancock, and we did a bunch of the Headhunters versions of the songs. And I'm going to do one of my favorites, Watermelon Man, on. And remember, this is just on the bass guitar. This is it's a challenging, and I've got my loops set up, so that's what you'll hear. And I'm playing, and I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be fun. And here's one of the things that's cool about jazz music is that you can stop in the middle of a song and do some reharmonization. You can do anything. You can mess around with it. And that's, for me, that's what jazz is. It's about creativity and improvisation. So you can do some things that are just off of the chart and go your own way. Yes. Everything going groovy. Let's see. Let me take a look at the comments. Make sure that it's actually on. It's. I got to tell you, I can run a whole Pro Tools studio. I have no problem with all the, intricate editing processes and all of that. But this live stream thing has been the death of me. I've been trying I've been doing these nightly things I called Vail's Daily Debriefing, and it's been totally inconsistent. It seems like on any given day, the stuff works. It doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe the internet is bad here. I'm having bandwidth things. Anyway, I'm hoping it's all going good. Hold on one sec. All right. Okay. Looks like we're going. Here is, now I'm doing this solo show for the last couple of years. I call it Around the World in 40 Years, and I had the pleasure of doing that at the Nashville Jazz Workshop at the Jazz Cave, and that was really a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. And essentially what it is, it's music and musings from my 40 years plus of touring around the world. And I'm still currently doing it, not this second, but as soon as everything gets back to a little bit of normal, I'll be back on the road and still doing it, traveling the world. And so I'm having a lot of fun doing that, so I will do some of that in this show as well. But I have a couple of ideas I want to impart as far as real brief instructional ideas, because I'm planning on working with Nashville Jazz Workshop and putting together some online lessons or instructions, masterclass, whatever. And so I have a couple of ideas I want to run at you. All right. But first, I want to do a song that it's a pop song. It's not exactly a country song, but kind of a country pop song, but not in the current way you're thinking, which is just 90s rock with a banjo sample in the background, but classic 60s and 70s era. And I want to do this song because not just because I love the tune, but it also has some really interesting, and you could call them jazz changes, jazz chords. It's just a very different kind of a song for something that was extremely popular. And so here we go. All right. I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, I can hear you through the whine, and the Wichita Lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita Lineman is still on the line. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita Lineman is still on the line. Campbell classic. Man, that is so much fun. But you listen to those chords, the melody and the chords, just what a brilliant song. And there you have it. I wanted to, something that kind of gets to me, hold on. There it is. Something that gets to me is a lot of people conflate, or well, at least confuse Latin music with Brazilian music. And they're completely separate entities. And I understand how it gets confused, but a lot of people, will hear Brazilian song, a bossa nova or samba, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, I like that Latin beat," and it's not that at all. And here's a difference. So I wanted to explain a little bit because I have a very small amount of knowledge with Latin music and a small amount of knowledge of Brazilian music, and so you put those two small amounts of knowledge, and hopefully I won't just confuse you. But for example, the classic bossa nova sound is something like this. I'll play a little changes for you. Because the rhythm, it's counted in 2. It's not bars of 4. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And so the bottom end of the groove is this constant don't, is that kind of a feel. Whereas now Latin music is significantly more syncopated. Now let's say I was going to do like there's like a son cubano kind of a thing. It would be like. And it has this clave that goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. They had that kind of a thing. So a very different, and then once you delve into, getting to know for yourself, then you'll see how vastly different they are. It was a very poor explanation, but a noble effort in the struggle to maintain the differences between the two styles of music, which are often very confused here in the States anyway. So I have a bossa nova by Joe Beam. It's a beautiful song, and I will do that right now. And then I'll do a flamenco kind of a thing, which would be in the Latin style. Here we go. So you're getting the 1, 2 thing. So you feel that nice, easy, the 1, 2, 1, 2. And so now I'll do a flamenco flavored tune, an instrumental an original of mine called Pink Flamenco. Number 48. And here we go. And so this beat that you're hearing then, if it was more electronic music, you'd call it reggaeton, or you can call it a soca beat. Here's a time-tested jazz technique, actually coming from the blues again. I would refer to it as a call and answer. It's a great way to set up a solo. And in this instance, I'm going to do the call and the answer. You see how I set this up? It makes the solo more relatable, easier to follow, easier to just get engaged with it. So check this out. I'll start it out with this. The answer is do the call again. Here's the answer. Instead of just a flurry of random notes, which I find to be just really off-putting. But if you did the flurry of random notes and you come back to the call, it makes sense. So that makes it fun. Here we go. All right, there you go. Yeah. All right, it's the strangest thing. I've tuned into a few people's live concerts, from their living room, that sort of thing, and it's just the weirdest thing. It's hard to get an energy going, and because you're sitting here looking at your computer screen, and it's so strange. But it may be more of the norm in the future. But the worst thing, here's a thing I really don't dig, is when people sit there and they go, well, it's a very challenging time for all of us, and I'm in a very somber mood, and I hope that it's like, come on, man. That's crazy. How about some energy instead? How about a senior citizen Swedish baritone sings Michael Jackson? How about that? There's your somber tones. Come on, man. When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you stand out in the crowd. I forgot to turn on the reverb. Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go. But now since I see you in his arms, I want you back. Trying to live without your love is one long sleepless night. Let me show you, girl, that I know wrong from right. Every street you walk on, I leave tear stains on the ground. Following the girl I didn't even want around. Whoa, baby, give me one more chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go. But now since I see you in his arms, I want you back. Hey, that was a fun one. I love it. Yeah. It's not the time to be down and somber. This is a time to do some fun stuff. I'm gonna keep that going. I like it. You know, I took this so seriously. Oh, and thank you, Eric Dilson, Roger Spencer, for having me on this. It's really cool. I think it's a great platform to get some entertainment to people. And if anybody out there feels good in any way about it, then that's a success for me. I really appreciate that. Number 52. Okay, I got one for you. You know, I spent several minutes slaving over that set list. So, you know, and I've almost followed it. Here's something. Here is I'm talking about jazz. How about we do I guess it's a classic now. It's just probably old enough. A classic pop, like bubblegum pop song, and I do it in that bossa nova style that we were talking about earlier. What would happen if we did that? I don't know. Why am I asking you? You can't answer me back. It would go something like this. Oh, and when we get to the part where you know it's a sing-along section, and you know it is, just do it at home. Just do the part at home, yell it out, it'll be fun. I love it. in a dream. I don't know which way to go. Honey, if you are all that you seem, then maybe I'm moving way too slow. I've been fooled before, wouldn't like to get my love caught in the slamming door. How about some information, please? Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Or am I caught in a hit and run? Straight up now, tell me, is it gonna be you and me together? Or are you just having fun? Time standing still, waiting for some small clue. I keep getting chills when I think your love is true. I've been fooled before, wouldn't like to get my love caught in a slamming door. How about some information, please? Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Or am I caught in a hit and run? Straight up now, tell me, it's gonna be you and me together? Or are you just having fun? Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Or am I caught in a hit and run? Straight up now, tell me, is it gonna be you and me together? Oh, oh, oh. Or are you just having fun? All right. You know, back to this whole setlist thing. You know, this is professional show business, but I guess not really, because if I'm not getting paid, I guess I have been relegated to the status of a hobbyist. I've got a couple of more tunes. We're going to go till 7:45. I want to do a song. Let's see, I got two more. I'm going to do two more. That's it for the list. I'm going to do a song that I wrote about a very special entity that I miss very much when I go on the road. It's a song about, having, not exactly regrets, but just a little bit sad about, the things that you've missed. You've been gone for, talking about myself, you've been gone for, over half of the last 40 years. So you've missed a lot of things. And I'll tell you about who I wrote this song about after the conclusion of it. Sorry, little dude, but I got to pay those bills, so it's on the road I go in the morning, 10:30. You and Mom are gonna be just fine, and all the time you'll be on my mind. Got a ways to go, then I play that song again. I'm going on the road. Faraway places, but I've been there before, and it hurts more and more when you look at me that way. As I'm walking toward the door, I'll be on the bus, get on that plane and ride that truck till I'm coming home again. Now don't get me wrong, I love my life, love you, my wife, it ain't no lie. But it's been so long since we stayed in just one place. 30 years have come and gone, been around this world so many times it all looks the same. But I don't recognize my face, 'cause I've been on the road. Faraway places, but I've been there before. It's been so long since you couldn't wait to meet me when I walked through a front door. I've been on the bus, get in that plane and ride that truck till I'm coming home again. Well, I live the life, every day is a change, but there's a bill to pay for a little fortune and fame. Gonna come, I just don't know when, but I'll be on the road. Faraway places that I've seen twice before, and it hurts more and more when I think of all I've missed. When that crowd begins to roar, I'll be on the bus, get on that plane, and to catch a cab, 'cause I miss that train, and I'd leave it all behind just to be coming home again. Coming home again. Again. But I've been on the bus, get on that plane and ride that truck till I'm coming home again. All right. And some of you know this already, but I wrote that song for Cornelius, our cat. Now, a cat that I miss so much when we go on the road that we bought him an RV, so he gets to come with us now. And then that's been a lot of fun. It's been really cool. And then, but nobody told me, I'd never had a cat before. Nobody ever told me that once you get a cat, that means that eventually there will be cats. Cats. So now we have two. We have two big male orangey cats, and they're pretty awesome. So I'm going to close out the night with this one more tune. It's got some good energy, and I'm going to be doing this more often, and we'll do some instructional things when things get back to a tiniest semblance of normalcy. And in the meantime, follow this advice, please. Here we go. I usually don't give advice. I hate it when, and I'm not a celebrity, but I hate it when celebrities give advice about anything. It's so silly. But this is a good hook. I like it. Lesson number 7, mute your darn home phone when you're doing a concert from home. I'll remember that for the next time. All right, until then.